This is a meditation for novice beginners. Let's start with a wee bit of a story. I remember the first time I sat down to meditate. It was during 2012 and during a time of intense stress. I'd heard about mindfulness and meditation, and it had been suggested to me that they were a solution for stress, amongst many other things. And I'd been feeling really stressed for quite a while. This was due to a huge business expansion project and 2 kids under 2, and if I'm honest, my inability to properly look after myself. Those challenges collectively were making my life a cauldron of stress and anxiety. When I look back now, I can see why I was so stressed. I didn't have any proper holistic practices in place to help buffer the stress of life, and I hadn't yet designed my own daily routine or holistic framework to help me ease my mental and emotional pains. So as I sat down one day and downloaded several different meditation apps and started to trial a few of them, I realised that this wasn't going to be as easy as I thought it would. You see, at the beginning, when I first went inside my head, I was really shocked and intimidated by how busy it was. I remember thinking that this is supposed to be relaxing, yet I found myself inside a whirlwind of my own thoughts. It freaked me out rather than calmed me down. It felt quite uncomfortable and really wasn't that relaxing at all. But with practice and some patience, things gradually got better. I settled with the first ever version of Headspace, and Andy Puddingcombe became my new meditation teacher. Now at the time of writing this, I've been meditating and practicing breathwork for over a decade, and it's now a staple of my daily routine in the morning, midday and in the evening. It's taken me a long time and a lot of practice, with many short periods of inconsistency to get to this point. And all that being said, I'm actually proud of how this practice has become a really powerful and effective way of me being able to deal with stress. This is for the novice beginner who are new to breathwork practices, so that they can gain a bit of insight into what to expect before they start their first practice. Point to note here is that everyone will have a unique experience individual to themselves. So some things I'd like to share that I think are important when you start out. First one, go into it without any expectation. It will be what it will be. The second one is there's many different apps available. Headspace, the mindfulness app, and Calm being some of the more popular ones. So pick one and then trial them, or pick a few and trial them. Find a voice you like and that you will enjoy listening to. Once you've found the right app and the right voice, then my advice is to trial different times of the day to practice meditation and find out what works best for you. For me, I meditate first thing in the morning before I start my exercise routine, so it's not first thing when I wake up, but I use it at the start of my training practice. I also use it at the end. Now these are both 10-minute sections, so 10 minutes at the beginning, 10 minutes at the end. Then during the day, usually after an intense bout of coaching, I will go to meditate. I don't actually remember really anything in these meditations. I'll do a 15-minute guided meditation, but I'll set my alarm for 20 minutes because chances are I'm going to fall asleep or I switch off. But when I wake up, I feel in a different headspace, a different emotional state, and I definitely feel like I've been mentally refreshed. And then at night time, when I go to sleep, I have a guided meditation on in the background in the room to help me to go to sleep. I've trialled these different approaches and that's what works for me. You're different to me, so you're going to have to trial different times of the day and find a practice for you that works best for you. The next bit of advice I would give you is set yourself a challenge. You could start with 7 days, maybe build to 30, or you could start with 30 days and build to 90. It's up to you. You're probably going to be inconsistent to begin with. Don't let that stop you though. because it takes time to develop new positive habits. The other thing to think about, or maybe recognise, is that every day is different and every practice session will be different. So please do your best to just keep an open mind. It takes time to get used to meditating and practicing breath work, and it especially takes time to get good at it. So be patient, practice a lot, and allow yourself time and space to improve. See, I like thinking back to when I was a kid and I was learning to ride my bike. I was so bad at riding my bike at the beginning, I needed these extra big stabilisers so that I could cycle at all, and I was on a grifter. Those of you that are, maybe a wee bit older will remember grifters. And one day, after many days of playing on my bike, I got a shot of one of my pals' bikes, but his didn't have stabilisers on it, and when I went on it, I could ride it. I was so excited, I went home as fast as I could to get my stabilisers off and cycle around properly for the first time. So I like to think about practicing things. I like to think back to that, and I like to use it as a metaphor. Because the thing that sticks out is that practice makes permanent. Breathwork is no different than learning to ride a bike, learning to swim, becoming a musician, or being good at driving your car. It takes practice, but it's worth it. And when you get good at it, it helps you to get to know yourself better. It helps to improve your focus and gives you the ability to relax at any time. And for me, that's worth all the practice you'll need to put in, because learning to relax is a great gift that you can give to your body. Till the next time, live with passion, pride and purpose, and dream, believe, achieve.